What's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat here for a tutorial. It's not a mod tutorial, but it is a YouTube video creator tutorial for creating shorts. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, no. All right, well, this ain't for you, brother. So more specifically, how to get shorts in 4K or a HD resolution. We're kind of shortchanged on the instructions on how to do this. So you're kind of manipulating the system in order to get it to think that it's HD. So anyway, when you do a 1920 by 1080 resolution, typically you're going to cut that down, and when you just take that and don't alter anything, your short's going to be 720 by 1080, and YouTube's going to read that as standard definition. So you need to up it. Okay. So if I go to my YouTube shorts and let me find an older short, right? So the stock video of the short was this particular one for Metal Slime was 1920 over 1080. And when I converted it, or when I shrunk it down or cropped it and made it proper for shorts, the best I could do was 720 over 180. And of course that comes out standard definition, but when you watch the standard definition of any of them, it has really poor quality. But the stock footage here, or my actual my raw footage here, I should say, is in decent quality. But YouTube, their compressor doesn't do that unless you go a step beyond. And what you want to do is go from 1920 over 1080 to at least, I'm going to say 384 or 3840 over 2160. All right, and your landscape mode. I call it landscape. In your standard widescreen mode, 3840 over 2160. And then when you compress it down or edit it down, you're going to have a 2160 over 3840. So you're going to flip it. So what I'm going to do is show you. So how to do that with Adobe Premiere Elements. All right. So there's no setting in Premiere Elements, but so you can't do it with that alone. So there's a free program called XMedia-Recode. We're going to use that too. Now you can more than likely take a video and do that by itself, but I don't like the function of trying to figure out how to edit the video or how to delete pieces of the video in XMediaRecode. You can. I just find that difficult to do. So that's why I'm still going to use Adobe Premiere Elements. And from what I understand, you can do that with Adobe Premiere Pro, but I'm not paying a $30 a month subscription for it. So without further ado, here's the program opened, and I'm going to go to my raw footage, which I recorded on OBS, and I have two versions here. And I'm going to get a less than a minute clip out of here of Alucard versus Dracula. Okay, so I have this clip here. I just edited it down to under a minute. So it's my Alucard mod and fighting the Dracula mod with help from Merida. So that's what that is. So I'm going to edit this, get some sharpness in it, and maybe fix the color a little bit, and then I'll be right back. We need to put our effects in here of crop. So I'm going to go to transform and then get the crop filter and drag it on there and say yes. All right, so it tries to auto crop. So you want to go up to reset, and what you want is left 33 and you want right 33. Okay, So that gives you that. And it should make sure that you don't have to cut this up into segments. Make sure you can pretty much see what's going on. You can still see Dracula, so that's good. All right, I have that all set. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to export and share, devices, custom, same way you would normally do it, but I'm going to upscale it. So the source resolution is 1920 over 1080, 30 frames per second. I'm going to keep the frames per second the same. So if you're doing 60, you're going to want to do it 60. But I'm upscaling it to 3840 over 2160. Okay. And so I'm going to find where I want this to be saved, and I'm going to save it. So the next step is to go into your XMedia-Recode. You get XMediaRecode from XMedia-Recode.de, I think. And you got to go /en if you're English. Bam. Otherwise, you're getting in German, I think. So it's free. Download it and or donate if you want to. You don't have to. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to drag your file into there. Highlight your file. Go to filters, right? And if it's not there, then go up to this right here in the left corner. Well, it's not quite in the upper left corner, but over here. I don't want a new version. Just in case you sometimes they change controls and stuff like that. I don't want to learn something new. All right, so if you need to add the filter, and then select the filter. We're going to use two filters here. We're going to use crop, and we're going to use resolution. So let's go to crop first. And go to auto aspect ratio and click that box and hit auto crop. All right, now it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you have to go to reset and click the box. It depends on how dark it is. So if you change your lighting from a dark recording, then it should be fine. Next thing I want to do is this bottom one for me always comes out to be 2. I don't know why, so I take that to 0. The next thing I'm going to do, it's the only thing I'm going to touch. I'm not going to touch anything else. The next thing I'm going to do is go down to resolution. And the aspect ratio is giving you the aspect ratio of the actual video clip. Remember, we upscaled it. And here is what it is cropped. Well, I don't want it to be that. I'm going to say the width is going to be exactly this, but backwards. So I'm going to say height is 2160, width is 2160, and the height is 3840. Again, we're changing the resolution again, but because we upscaled it, we have room to change these things without ruining the quality. So in essence, it's still upscaled. So we should still have pretty close to the resolution that we originally fed into the Premiere Elements. So now I'm going to add 2, and I'm going to encode. Oh, before you do that, make sure you have your destination where you want it to be saved to. And if you don't want to override your original, then make sure you click Don't Override and hit Encode. Okay. Now let's check out the result here. If you look at the thumbnail in my folder, it shows it. The ratio's changed. So let's click on that. Okay, and then we're going to just upload it to YouTube. And that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps us out. Do that to your favorite creators. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep on building.
What kind of creature are you? Beg for mercy.